Study of hydrophytes. Hydrophytes are the plants which grow in abundance of water. We are going to observe three hydrophytes which are of different types. The first one is hydrilla, which is a freshwater submerged type of hydrophyte. It is a rooted hydrophyte. The roots are of adventitious types and they are attached to the substratum. It has got a stem which is slender, and this stem is without sclerenchyma tissue, so that the stem will not break due to the water currents. The leaves, they are thin and membranous. They are thin, very thin and membranous, and they are whorled. A circle of leaf is arranged. Circle of leaves are arranged at each node. So you can see here there are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 leaves are present. In the second node you can observe 1, 2 and 3 leaves are present. So at some places 3, 5, so around 2 to 6 leaves they are present in whorled manner. These leaves, they are without cuticle and without stomata. The gases which are dissolved in water, they are directly taken inside. They diffuse inside through the thin and membranous leaf. The entire plant is covered with a layer of mucilage. So this prevents rotting of plant because it is constantly under water. So this is submerged type of hydrophyte, hydrilla. The second plant is called Ecornia. The common name is water hyacinth. It is called Jalaparni in Marathi. You can see these Jalaparni plants covering the surface of water on the Mutha river. Now this is a floating type of hydrophytes. If one plant is present within a short period of time, this plant produces many daughter plants. Here you can see this is a daughter plant which is produced by this plant. The method of vegetative propagation is by offset. So this is the stem which grows horizontally and it has an axillary bud here which will grow into a new plant. So this is actually the aquatic runner called offset. So this plant multiplies very fast. Now we are going to learn the aquatic adaptations in this plant. You can see the root system. It is having the roots, and the root is not showing presence of root hair. So these structures, they are not root hairs. So in this plant root hair are absent. The entire root system is present in the water, so there is no need of root hairs, because root hairs, they usually increase the surface area for absorption of water. So this is the first adaptation. The second adaptation, aquatic adaptation in case of roots, is presence of root pocket. Now here you can see this structure. So this structure is the root pocket which covers the root tip region, meristematic region. Usually in land plants you get root cap which protects the root tip region. But here the root cap is replaced by a root pocket. So due to this, as the roots, they are constantly moving due to the water current, this root pocket is loosely arranged. So it will not break, and this part will not break due to the water currents, because it has got loosely attached this root pocket. So this was in roots. Now we come to the stem. Now this plant has got a condensed stem which is present here. So the stem is condensed and this plant floats on the surface of water because it has got a special type of tissue in its stem. That is the parenchyma tissue. Parenchyma is modification of parenchyma tissue. The parenchyma cells, they are loosely arranged so that the intercellular spaces, they are very, very big, and these intercellular spaces, they store air inside them. The air is trapped in the intercellular spaces, so it gives buoyancy to the organ in which they are present. So we have seen parenchyma tissue is present in the condensed stem here. It is also present in this part. So you can see this part is swollen. So this is the swollen petiole of the leaf. You can see one leaf. So this is the leaf lamina part, flat green part, and this is the stalk of the leaf which is swollen. Now this plant is showing somewhat swollen petiole. In some other plants you will get still more swollen structure here. So in the petiole, the parenchyma is very well developed. So this plant can float on the surface of water. If you take a balloon and fill it with air, and if you try to push that balloon in the water, the balloon will not sink. It will come up and float on the surface of water. Similarly, if air is present in the organs, these organs or the plant is going to float on the surface of water. So this is a free floating type of hydrophyte. The leaves of this plant, it is having a waxy coating on it. So this plant is typha, commonly called cattail, or in Marathi we call it pankanis. Now this is an anchored hydrophyte, anchored and rooted hydrophyte, which is present in marshy places or in shallow waters. It has adventitious roots. You can see the roots, and the stem is modified into rhizome. Now this rhizome is underground stem which grows prostrate, horizontally. The leaves, they are long and linear. They are long and they are somewhat thick and spongy. The leaves have parenchyma tissue in it, therefore they are spongy in nature. The water level will rise or sometimes it will go down. So it has got this parenchyma tissue in it. The leaves are present in the air, so the stomata are present, and the cuticle is also present because these are exposed to sunlight also. The plant has to stand erect in the marshy soil or in the soil, so it has got the mechanical tissues in it. So these are the adaptations in typha.